Hello, welcome to our channel.
Hello?
Do you find yourself staring blankly at things that used to excite you? Do you feel like you can't even connect to the people you love? It's like you're full inside, but you don't even know why.
Hmm.
If these sentences sound familiar to you, then this video is just for you. So keep watching.
Sometimes I do this too. I realize that I'm doing it.
Actually, all of us can do this. Now, I want to talk about emotional numbness. What exactly does emotional numbness mean? So, if a person doesn't feel anything, is this a defense mechanism or is it a disorder? Why does the brain enter such a state of emotional shutdown?
Yes, now what we're dealing with here is a trauma-like situation. Because for something to turn into a trauma, either we need to experience a major shock or we need to be exposed to something continuously for a certain period of time. We hear this often in people. For example, they go through a major shock. Is it okay? For example, he no longer trusts people. Deceived, abandoned, tricked by his partner, by his lover, by his wife, and so on. Well, naturally, because the anxiety level is so high, the amygdala comes into play, and this situation, this emotional dullness, is actually a bit of a freeze response of the amygdala. Or perhaps it's a direct result of some past trauma, right? Here is an example. We encountered an event or entered into a process that excited us greatly. Right from that very moment, our amygdala immediately starts talking and can say, "Oh, it's already. It seems to be going quite well, but it was like this in the past too. It was like this before too. Then it turned out like this." It immediately reminds us of hopelessness.
I see.
Actually, this is a bit of our brain's defense mechanism.
Is this seen more often in people with high anxiety levels?
It already appears when the anxiety level rises. It appears when it gets very high. If you have similar situations, whether related to certain events or in general, that's even worse. So take a look, when did this actually start for you? Which event triggered this? Take a moment to reflect on yourself. Yes.
So, what is the difference between emotional numbness and depression or burnout?
The difference between depression and burnout is this. Now, as a result, we start to live our lives in a very stable way according to our level of emotional numbness. If there aren't many emotional highs or lows, if our life is going very steadily, then the brain also starts to stop thinking and feeling. That, in turn, is a process that slowly leads us to depression or makes us feel burned out. Then we try to get ourselves used to this. But this is the difference in emotional numbness. In other words, the process of emotional numbness has begun. So even if we feel bad mentally, we don't want to change it anymore.
So the first step is emotional numbness.
Yes.
It happens. You got a job offer, or you pass an exam, or you reunited with someone you love, but you can't get as excited or as happy as you used to. So the emotions you have.
Yes.
Is it like forgetting them?
Yes. I mean, after a while, we actually start to not feel anything at all.
So how can we get out of this situation?
By being brave, simply put.
Meaning?
Well, when it comes to people, we can't really generalize anything.
Then let me give an example from myself.
Yes.
There's something I said recently. Nothing excites me. Nothing at all. Like $100,000 would have to fall from the sky or something. I'm just throwing it out there. If I get $100,000, maybe that's it too. I have no such enthusiasm for such things. I don't have to work for anything. I don't have to do anything for myself. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the situation I'm in.
Now, I truly believe that you are certainly not alone in this particular situation. This is because many people often feel as though they simply cannot achieve something, even though they genuinely believe they have struggled or have tried exceptionally hard.
Yes, that's true for everything.
Yes. And naturally, that inevitably leads to feeling completely burned out and exhausted.
It's like how very rich people, after getting everything they want, for example, when they no longer have a purpose in life,
Yes.
They bore like that.
It is similar. That's a similar process too. So having money or opportunities isn't the same thing either.
Yes.
We truly need excitement in our daily life.
And how do we create that excitement?
By being brave, that's how. Simply put, look, I'm telling you the simplest way. We can be brave and take risks. So let's start with the steps we can actually take. Of course, a single method won't work for everyone. But this is something that can work. But this alone won't be enough either. So we need our emotions to fluctuate. We will get upset, we will be happy, we will get worn out. We will be very happy. Now, when we focus on not getting too upset or too worn out, we also can get really happy.
Yes, that's true.
Let's not overlook this.
So, did you just needle into the depths?
Look, that thought comes to your mind again.
Negative.
Negative. Did you needle into the depths? When you act brave, at first you feel fear and anxiety. Alright, okay. But if you can manage that process and stand firm, in the end you find a solution and reach your goal anyway.
So, if $100,000 just falls from the sky,
Yes.
instead of just smiling, do I need to jump up and celebrate?
Who has ever had $100,000 fall from the sky anyway?
Well, that's the only thing that actually creates excitement.
Surprise. Did he really come out of nowhere?
Is this really mine? Like, for example, I was going to adopt a cat recently. That got me excited. Nothing had excited me for a long time. That did, but that didn't work out either. But I also faced the sadness of that.
Yes.
I mean, because I couldn't adopt the cat, because someone acted before me,
Now
I felt disappointment.
now that you've truly experienced that wonderful feeling, you absolutely know in your heart that you genuinely want to adopt a lovely cat. You're more certain now.
I asked family. Everyone said yes. They said it was fine. They agreed. I'm more enthusiastic now.
For example, we went through a similar process too. We adopted our cat a year and a half ago. At first, we were very happy. But then, of course, when genetic illnesses appeared due to its breed, we got a bit worn out. For example, at first we had to give it pills every day. Yes, at first we were really anxious because we couldn't do it. We wondered if our life was going to be like this every day and so on. Honestly, this raised my anxiety level.
That's true.
But I mean, we could have given up at that point.
This is actually the point where we face that feeling and what we call deepening that emotion even further.
Yes.
Being brave.
Yes, that's what I mean by courage. In fact, I even told my spouse at that time. I said, return the ones we've taken responsibility for. Because it's both a financial and a time cost. For example, we don't work on Sundays. In the first weeks, coming to the office on Sundays to give our cat its medicine felt like torture to me.
Yes.
But now, there's no such thing as not coming. I mean, I have to come. That's just how it is. It puts my mind at ease. Yes, exactly.
Alright.
Yes. So, there's this difference between emotional overload and depression or burnout. Again, the meaning we assign to events actually, emotional overload comes first.
The rest follows anyway.
Burnout and depression can emerge.
If you're not brave and let yourself get carried away by that emotion, it evolves.
Yes. We shouldn't put anxiety at the center of everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
See you in the very next video.